EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for January 29th, 2020. For your Wednesday, expecting partly to mostly sunny skies across the region today, and temperatures will be ever so slightly above average, but on either side of 40 degrees. So not too bad for this point in late January. And overnight tonight, we're expecting mostly clear skies. So a little bit of a difference from the last couple of days where we saw more clouds than sun at times. We'll have less in the way of cloud cover today. But that will not be the case here on Thursday. We'll have a system off to our south, very weak system, and because of that, and it's being off to our south, we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies. So we'll see some sun during the day here on Thursday, but a little bit more in the way of clouds here Thursday compared to Wednesday. And temperatures will be a little bit colder on Thursday, but near average for this time of year. So we're generally mid to upper 30s for highs across the region north to south, and that will increase a little bit here on Friday as wind starts shifting to the southwest a little bit. Just a light southwesterly breeze, though, 3 to 6 miles per hour, and partly cloudy skies are expected here Friday. Temperatures generally in the 40 to 45 degree range north to south. So a slight bump up there in temperatures by 4 or 5 degrees from Thursday to Friday. Now to the weekend, and this has been a headache all week. In yesterday's video, we showed why the models were struggling with this idea. We did have reconnaissance aircraft go into, that hurricane hunters basically, that flew missions into the North Pacific, just south of the Aleutians and just south of the Gulf of Alaska. They did radiosonde drops, which are those weather balloons that collect atmospheric pressure and pressure falls and temperature, and it does a whole bunch of different things that it measures on the way down to the surface before it crashes into the ocean. And they were dropped yesterday in that region. And what that did was help the models out a little bit, because they seem to be struggling and very far apart on what this weekend system is going to do. And they do these missions every once in a while to try to increase model performance and get them a little bit closer together into some kind of agreement. So we basically extended the land observations out a little bit further into the Pacific, where you don't have those observations normally. So these went into last night's run, and we did see, as I'm showing you the 0Z GFS here, we did see a shift northwest here with a couple of the models that ran up through the CM, the Canadian, that is the last one I saw before this video. So there is some life there, okay? And it's all going to come down to the northern stream interaction, and can it catch this southern stream wave in time and in the right spot. It's going to be very, very close. And we talked about this all week, how it's going to be thread the needle, and you have to hit the exact point at the exact time. They're getting closer, but they're not there yet. They're still about 6 hours apart on any kind of phasing. The Canadian was especially close, but it was a little bit too far offshore to really have any major impact in our region. But here's the GFS look here, and this storm is going to form along the southeastern U.S. coastline. And again, the northern stream is going to help play a role here. If it can get it in time and it phases with it at the right point, we could have a bigger storm here tucked along the coast. The odds of that are not favored, and they still are not. They were not favored yesterday, and that is not the favored solution today. The favored solution is for this to just go out to sea, maybe some fringe impacts for southeast areas, and it's mainly rain southeast of I-95, at least initially. I mean, we're going to work that over the next couple of days, because this is going to shift around it a little bit, and this may continue a northwest trend here. That is possible. It's just going to depend on that northern stream and can it catch it in time. So we're going to be watching for that over the next day and a half, and I still don't have all the answers for you today for Wednesday's video, even though the reconnaissance aircraft data is included in this latest data set here. It's still not going to be, it's still going to follow what the models normally do. They still waffle around and move and trend and stuff like that within 48 to 72 hours, and we're kind of in that window right now. So this will be a Saturday deal if it comes in. And here's the GFS taking the low over eastern North Carolina, and this does not phase until it's well offshore, but it still gives you some fringe impacts here. Rain further southeast, and then then it has some. Don't get excited about this blue here. This is really trivial, superficial amounts of snow. If it's even accumulating. And this is very late Friday night here on the GFS it's showing. And then that continues off into Saturday. Basically a late Friday night, Saturday morning deal. Just fringe impacts here, coating to an inch type stuff far interior, and not too much further south and east. I'm going to watch New Jersey closely, Delaware closely, because there's some indication there that this may be close enough to have dynamics involved that could change those areas over to snow. again, we're not talking about details yet specifically. These are things that could happen. I'm speculating. But they have come a little bit further northwest here, so we'll have to monitor the trends over the next 24 to 36 hours and see where this goes. But I wouldn't just write this off as an out-to-sea thing just yet, although the odds are favoring that. Okay, so we're leaning that direction. Maybe some fringe impacts. That's probably where we're leaning right now. But the fringe impacts will be relatively minor for most of us as it looks right now. That doesn't mean it won't happen, but we're running out of time. Okay, so I think by tomorrow morning we should have a better idea, whether or not we're going to need some maps for snow or even rain. We'll see. Okay, so this system is going to be very close, and it got closer, but it's close enough that we have to continue to monitor it, and that's pretty much it. Okay, we'll continue to do that over the next 24 to 36 hours, and that's where we're at right now. No maps from us today, no matter what it does. I don't care if it shows a blizzard here on one of these model runs. It's not going to be, there's no maps today. Okay, we still need to see some trends here and some kind of agreement with these models back, so it's not just one showing something. Okay, so we go a little bit further from that, and right now, as of now, again, if this is missing, then Sunday is just a mostly cloudy day, maybe a stray shower, rain or snow shower here as the northern stream moves through, assuming this stays separate. And then once we get to Monday of next week, we are back to mostly sunny skies. We are going to turn warmer, though, next week, Monday through Wednesday, until a cold front arrives on Wednesday. It looks like we're actually going to have a warm front push through here on Tuesday night, or excuse me, Monday night. No, I'm sorry, this is Tuesday. Here on Tuesday, so we have mostly cloudy skies, a chance for a shower, maybe even some light freezing rain or drizzle further north with that warm front until it pushes through. It's going to get very warm here on Wednesday until that front moves through, and then we're back into the colder behind it for Thursday. So we're going to warm up. Some areas are going to get well into the 50s, actually, in that Tuesday, Wednesday time frame before that front passes. So it's looking like a warm couple of days in the Monday through Wednesday time frame of next week, regardless of what happens this weekend or doesn't. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for January 29th, 2020. Have a great Wednesday.